only way to Jannah, the only way, إِلَّا مَنْ أَتَى اللَّهَ بِقَلْبٍ سَلِيمٍ. The only way to enter Jannah, and these are not my words, these are the words of the owner of Jannah. He said the only way to enter Jannah is to come with a pure, salim, sound heart. And we have started mentioning the good a'mal, and then now we are studying all the diseases so we can be aware of them and avoid them bi'idhnillah ta'ala. We finished few diseases, and tonight we have another major disease of the heart, and that disease is the disease of kibr. The disease of kibr. Kibr, what does kibr mean? Arrogance. Kibr means arrogance. طيب. What does arrogance mean? Arrogance is defined best by none than Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. He defined what is arrogance. Now, of course, if you look at the dictionary and you want to see what's the meaning of arrogance, it will be offensive display of superiority or self-importance. You feel that you are superior to everybody around you. I don't sit with these people, I don't eat with these people, who are you to talk to me? That kind of attitude. And definitely this is a major form of arrogance. So let's see what Rasulullah ﷺ said about arrogance, and the hadith is in Sahih Muslim. Rasulullah ﷺ said, you know, Rasulullah ﷺ said, no one has the weight, listen carefully, ya akhwan, no one has the weight of a seed of arrogance in his heart will enter Jannah. An atom's weight. How, I was trying to find something to show you how small is an atom or a mustard seed, and then on top of that, it's not the mustard seed, it's weight. Yani if you bring a scale, everybody knows the mustard seed, right? If you go open the pantry at home, you will see one of the spices says mustard seed. It's a very, very small seed. And if I want to weigh it, if I bring a scale to weigh it, that scale have to be extremely, extremely sensitive scale in order to give you numbers. Otherwise, a mustard seed is nothing. So Rasulullah ﷺ is saying, look at the exaggeration. If I have a mustard seed, the weight of a mustard seed of arrogance in my heart, I will not enter Jannah. Now, one way, one day or another, every single one of us have felt some kind of arrogance, right? I'm better than him. And sometimes, look how the arrogance sometimes comes. I come to Fajr, you don't. In ibadah, look at my beard. Where's your beard? I'm better than you. Sometimes it comes in ibadah. It comes, look at the, it's so hard not to say, anybody say, no, Sheikh, zero. Here, zero. And that's why we're here today, to ask Allah to really make it zero. So Rasulullah ﷺ said, no one who has a weight of a mustard seed of arrogance will enter Jannah. So immediately, because the Sahaba, subhanallah, they don't have that sicknesses that we have. What did their mind go to immediately? Kareem? What did the mind go to? Clothing and shoes and looking good, because they love that. What does that show us? That show us, this is not our topic, but that show us the importance of looking good. So immediately the Sahaba, what did they say? They said, Ya Rasulullah, but a man likes to have nice clothing and nice shoes. So immediately they thought that arrogance is a nice clothing and nice shoe. It didn't cross their mind that I'm going to show off over my brother. Subhanallah, look how pure their hearts are. Immediately their mind, Ya Rasulullah, I love to have a nice shoe and a nice clothing. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, Allah Jameel, yuhibbul jamal. Allah is beautiful and He loves beauty. That's not the arrogance I'm talking about. This is not arrogance. The real arrogance, and look at this now, the definition came from the best man that ever walked this earth. What is arrogance, Ya Rasulullah? He said two things. Arrogance is two things. Number one, looking down on others. And number two, refusing the truth. Not accepting the truth. Those both, if we have both, you have arrogance. If you have one of them, you have arrogance. Okay? طيب. Once we detect a minute sign of arrogance, immediately, because of this hadith, we have to do something. Sometimes nobody's going to tell someone else, I feel arrogant. No. This is something between. That's why this topic is under the actions of the heart. It's the diseases of the heart. I don't see it. Maybe I have arrogance and you don't see it. Maybe you have it and I don't see it. You are the only one who can tell. And if you feel it, we will have some signs right now. If you feel it, if you feel that these symptoms are, I have them, just like if you have numbness in the left arm and you might have a heart attack. Similarly, we will run some symptoms. If any one of us have them, immediately you got to do something. We got to start the cure. Okay? طيب. What is the danger of having arrogance? What is the danger of feeling arrogant? Number one, subhanallah, it indicates that Iblis is your role model. Because he was the first creation that started arrogance. وَإِذْ قُلْنَا لِلْمَلَائِكَةِ اسْجُدُوا لِآدَمَ فَسَجَدُوا إِلَّا إِبْلِيسَ أَبَى وَاسْتَكْبَرَ. Make sujood to Adam. The angels all made sujood to Adam except Iblis. Abba, refused, and stakbar, arrogance. And in another surah, Ana khayrun minh. I'm better than him. I'm better than him. And this is the definition of arrogance, when you start feeling better than others. Ana khayrun minh. Khalaqtani min nar wa khalaqtahu min teen. You created me from fire. This was his logic. You created me from fire and you created him from mud. So fire is better than mud, I'm better than him. Whether fire is better than mud, mud is better than fire, fire is better than light, light is better than mud, doesn't matter. This is an order from Allah Azza wa Jal. Make sujood to Adam. Doesn't matter who's better than who. Make sujood. And he refused. So when someone act arrogantly or have the characteristic of arrogance, then Iblis is their role model. That's number one. Iblis is their role model. Second, like the hadith said, you will be deprived from entering Jannah. Third, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَقِيلَ ادْخُلُوا before that. وسيق الذين كفروا إلى جهنم زمرا حتى إذا جاءوها فتحت أبوابها وقال لهم خزنتها ألم يأتكم رسل منكم يتلون عليكم آيات ربكم وينذرونكم لقاء يومكم هذا قالوا بلى then حق العذاب على الكافرين قيل ادخلوا أبواب جهنم خالدين فيها فبئس مثوى المتكبرين. That's another ticket to Jahannam. Arrogance is a ticket to Jahannam. Qila, it will be said, enter Jahannam, you're going to go there forever, and this is the final destination of the arrogant. So now, also, arrogance is a place, is a tool, or is a key to go to Jahannam. Third, it seals the heart. Arrogance seals the heart. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَكَذَلِكَ يَطْبَعُ عَلَى كُلِّ قَلْبِ مُتَكَبِّرٍ جَبَّارٍ in Surah Ghafir. Thus Allah seals over the heart of every mutakabbir, every arrogant person. Now listen to this. Listen to the danger, this danger. This is something I beg Allah not to make us from the people who could relate to. Arrogance deprives the person from understanding the Quran. You know how many times we complain, I don't understand the Quran, I don't feel anything. It could be, I'm not saying this is the only reason, one of the reasons that a person cannot understand the Quran is arrogance. What's the dalil? Allah Azza wa Jal, He said, سَأَصْرِفُ عَنْ آيَاتِ الَّذِينَ يَتَكَبَّرُونَ فِي الْأَرْضِ. I will keep away the people who have arrogance from my ayat. I will keep the people with arrogance away from my verses, from ayat, or it could be from my miracles. And listen to this danger, which is that by itself is sufficient for us to avoid arrogance. إِنَّهُ لَا يُحِبُّ الْمُسْتَكْبِرِينَ. Allah does not like the people who are arrogant. That is sufficient for every single one of us to humble themselves. طيب, what are the signs that I am arrogant? What are the signs to check if I have arrogance or not? Number one, it's all about me, myself, and I. We are sitting in a gathering. No one can talk except me. No one. And even if you start talking, I cut you off. All the attention has to be on me. All the attention has to be on me. That's a sign that you have arrogance. Second, my way or the highway. I present something to the board, in my business, to my partners, and they found something maybe not profitable in that suggestion. I go crazy. Even I know that what they're saying is true. Remember what Rasul said? You cannot take the truth. You cannot accept the truth. You will not be able to accept the truth. This is a major sign of arrogance. You will not accept the truth. And where does that happen a lot? Between you, ya habibi, and your wife. When she tells you something, and how can she be true? How? I'm going to keep saying no, even though I know that she's right. Or the other way around. And subhanallah, that's a sign of arrogance. You know that the person, the wife, the son, sometimes the daughter, they have a good argument, but because I am Baba, how can Baba be wrong? I'm going to keep fighting her, even though I know that they're right. This is arrogance. This is arrogance. The humble person, no matter who presents him with the truth, he will accept it. Third, a person who is arrogant hates advice. And he cannot take an advice from anybody. How could you advise me? Do you know who you're talking to? Does it sound New Yorker? Do you know how you're talking to? So he cannot accept that someone could be better than me in that field that I am specializing in. He cannot take advice. The arrogant person gets very irritated if he is criticized. After I finish the halaqah, the brother comes and says, Wallah ya Shaykh, it was not that good, and you said this and you said that. What? You're talking about me? And I get very upset and khalas, I'm not giving halaqahs anymore. No. He gets irritated, very irritated, angry, very angry if he was criticized. Another sign that a person is arrogant, he does not like others to have what he has. He doesn't like it. He feels, just like we spoke last week, al-hasad, envy. How? I worked so hard. An arrogant person finds it very difficult to demonstrate affection for others. He cannot show empathy to others. And another sign, he brings or she brings back every success to them. This is all because of me, my effort. I did this. Who did that in the Quran? Who? Qarun. I did this. All this wealth is because of me. What happened? فَخَسَفْنَا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, those, we saw a couple in Florida, sinkhole, right? He went down with his guards and entourage and everything, immediately disappeared. Just because he said, على علم عندي, I did it because of me. I am the educated one. I am the shrewd one. I am the smart one. I am. Always me. I am the one who did it. Subhanallah ya akhwan, no matter how successful you get, always bring back the tawfiq and the success to Allah Azza wa Jal. Everything. And this is the reason why arrogance is haram and arrogance is a major sin. Because you are bragging about something that Allah gave you. If He did not give it to you, you will not have it. So what are you bragging about? This is why Rasulullah ﷺ taught us humility and humbleness, right? And he keeps saying, I am just a son of Adam. I'm just a regular person. إنما أنا بشر مثلكم. The only difference is يوحى إلي. I get revelation. And he used to be kind to the kids, to the adults, to the animals, to the camel, to the birds. Subhanallah. طيب. What are the things that a person can be arrogant about? Number one, knowledge. Somebody can feel arrogant because of his knowledge. Sheikh, Mufti, Maulana, Ustaz, this 2 minutes title before his name. So that will make him feel like, how can I, subhanallah, we are supposed to take ilm from anyone who has the right ilm. Doesn't matter how old and where is he from and what color he is. If someone has the authentic ilm, we will take from them. Subhanallah, how many times a student correct his teacher and a student became better than his teacher? Knowledge. Second, worship, like we mentioned before. I am a hafiz and you're not. Imagine an honor that Allah gave you, now you're using it to be arrogant. I went to Umrah 5 times, you did not. I was the Amir of my masjid. You're bragging about your worship, about your ibadat, about your ibadat, which we all know that every ibadah that we perform is literally tawfiq from Allah Azza wa Jal. You will not be able to come to Isha or to Fajr without Allah's permission. You will not be able to memorize one ayah without Allah's permission. And you're showing off? That's why it destroys everything. Everything. Very obvious reason for arrogance, wealth. Wealth, makes the people look down on others. Status. This is a prince, president, king. That status will make you arrogant. Reason for arrogance. Doesn't necessarily, if you're a prince, you have to be arrogant. Lineage. I'm from this family. I'm from that tribe. I'm from that country. That gives you arrogance. Sometimes there's arrogance in the way we dress, in our clothing. Somebody might buy something on purpose just to show off that it's a brand name. On purpose. Not, there's nothing wrong with buying a brand name because if it's a good quality or this, but buying it only to show off, look what I'm wearing, look what I'm driving, then it becomes very dangerous. Arrogance now these days, because I have a lot of followers. I have 1 million followers, you have only 5. I'm better than you. And that would show me, make me feel more arrogant. I am Sheikh so-and-so, and the other Sheikh is nothing. Look at my followers and look at his followers. By the way, I have no followers at all. You are my followers. Another thing of people who do arrogance with is, this is probably, especially for the sisters, beauty. I am pretty nice and, and you're ugly. And so also beauty is a reason for someone to be arrogant. Okay, with the last 5 minutes, what is the most important thing, which is the cure? What is the cure of arrogance? First and foremost, the cure for arrogance is to remember the danger of arrogance. You're going to be deprived from Jannah. You're going to have one ticket to Jahannam straight. You're going to lose the love of Allah Azza wa Jal. You're going to be despised by your community. Who likes an arrogant guy? Who likes an arrogant person? Right? So number one is to remember the danger of arrogance. And second, the scholar said, every time you feel arrogant, remember your origin. Remember where you came from. You are a sperm. You are nothing. How could you show off? And you are nothing. If you stay, subhanallah, if someone stayed 5-6 days without showering, you will stink. And what are you showing off for? If a body died and they leave it for 5-6 days, you cannot go into that room. Look how insignificant we are. So what are you showing off for? Why are you arrogant for? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala repeatedly admonishes in the Quran to reflect our humble origin, telling us that min nutfa, min alaqa, to tell us that you were born from nothing. Make a lot of sincere istighfar. Ask Allah to forgive you for every time you acted arrogantly or you made people who were with you feel inferior. Ask Allah to forgive you. And this is a practical thing, for someone who's really feeling arrogant, I'm better than this, I'm better than that. Start every day by making intention that today I'm going to help someone. Today I'm going to help someone, whether financially, whether physically, whatever it is. Today, because usually the arrogant person, he does not care about nobody, only himself. So I want to fight that arrogance. I'm going to help this guy. I'm going to help that sister. I'm going to donate to this cause. I'm going to, it's not only me today, every single day. And then praise yourself at the end of the day that, alhamdulillah, I achieved something today. And tomorrow I'm going to do more. The more you feel arrogant, the more you want to help others in order to kill that arrogance, if you are sincere. And then remember that Rasulullah ﷺ said, no one who humbles himself for the sake of Allah except Allah will raise his status. Subhanallah. Allah will elevate you. You see, look at the irony. You're trying to elevate yourself. I am, me, mine, this is mine, without me, nothing. And you are humiliated. The more you humble yourself, the more Allah will elevate you. The more you humble, and this is the biggest example, Rasulullah ﷺ. Rasulullah ﷺ, subhanallah, let's say you are sitting here in the halaqah. If a person comes in, he used to ask, which one is Rasulullah ﷺ? Look at the humility. Which one? Here, you have to put a table and a chair and a... look at me. I'm the man. Subhanallah. And remember that when you are in the grave, you are alone. What are you showing off for? You're not taking anything with you except your amal, except your good deeds. All that arrogance is going to destroy your dunya, your grave, and your akhirah. Rasulullah ﷺ said, the arrogant people in this dunya, they will be as big as ants on the day of judgment. Ants, this big. Exactly the opposite of what they were trying to achieve in the dunya. They will be like, it's this big on the akhirah, on the day of judgment. Subhanallah. So, ask Allah, finally, beg Allah Azza wa Jal to, if you have any symptoms of arrogance, beg Allah Azza wa Jal to cure you from these symptoms, and ask Allah Azza wa Jal to bless you with humility. We beg Allah Azza wa Jal to purify our hearts. We beg Allah Azza wa Jal to clean our hearts from any riya and any kibr. Ameen Ya Rabbil Alameen. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to fill all our homes with love and mercy and tranquility. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal to protect our spouses, to protect our children, and surround them with righteous company. I ask Allah Azza wa Jal to make our last deeds our best deeds, and our last words, La ilaha illallah. My beloved brothers and sisters, tonight is the night of Friday. This is the best night of the week. Make a lot of salat on Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, just like he ordered us when he said, Akthiru, abundantly make a salat upon me on the night of Jum'ah, on the day of Jum'ah, and please come tomorrow to Salat al-Fajr in Jama'ah.